My friends, it's Johnaroth, and today we play my absolute favorite Dimir commander, Atris, Oracle of Half-Truths. Atris is a 4 mana, 3/2, which is kind of weak on the stats, but he has Menace, so he's hard to block, and when he enters the battlefield, your target opponent looks at the top 3 cards of your library and separates them into a face-down and face-up pile. You put one of those 2 piles in your hand and the other in the graveyard. So Atris is a great Magic card. It's hard advantage. It's graveyard. You build up your graveyard for some of the other cards you have in your effect. And I almost view Atris as more of a ramp card than anything else, because usually I'm going to pick whatever hand has lands in it. If it's the one card that has a land, 2 face down, I'm probably going to pick the land if I need the land. Usually the opponent a lot of times they'll put the 2 cards face down and put lands there too. So if I don't see a face up card, unless it's a really valuable card that I want, I'm going to go for the 2. So I love a good card advantage card. This deck is so powerful. It has a lot of counter spells like Wash Away, Spell Pierce, Remand, Tails End, Mana Drain, which is so broken. It also has a lot of removal, Bitter Triumph, Shieldred's Edict, etc. But then it has a lot of really powerful endgame cards. We have a lot of board wipes in this deck, such as Deadly Cover-Up, Blood on the Snow, etc. But then we also have some really strong planeswalkers, such as Professor Onyx, Ugin, Liliana the Dark Realms, Ashiok. And then we even have a few top-end cards that kind of help you go the final distance, like Gristlebrand, pay 7 life, draw 7 cards, River's Rebuke, which is basically everything but land, board wipe, etc. So this deck is a lot of fun. It is a very powerful deck, and it's another one of the decks that I build where you will have a lot of opponents that are going to end up scooping on you halfway through the games as they give in to despair, as you draw more and more cards. I love any deck that has a lot of card draw in it. That's my favorite thing in Magic the Gathering. So let's take Atris into the queue, draw some cards, and invoke some despair. And yes, that is a Magic card. Cheesy joke. Let's go. Okay, our first game is against Catilda Dawnheart Prime. Very powerful commander. Can basically, humans can tap to add mana. For 6 mana, you can put +1/+1 counters on all his creatures. We got a Chrome Mox and Dark Ritual, so I'm going to keep this hand. Okay, he has a Delighted Halfling. We could get out Atris turn 1 if we wanted. I can't resist doing this. I have to do this. This is just too good to not do. Dark Ritual, then summon our commander. We get 1 to 2 more cards, depending on what the cards are. Against Catilda, what you really want are board wipes and those types of items. Okay, so we got 2 cards. We've got some more removal, which is great. Okay. Put down the land, and then we're going to get rid of his commander. Also removes the Dauntless Bodyguard's ability. Do we attack? No, I think we'll wait. What I'm really hoping for here is a board wipe, a languish, or any type of removal spell, something to just wipe the board clean, which will basically destroy almost all the cards he's gotten to play so far. So I'm going to hold off on attacking. Okay, we cannot counter that because of the Delighted Halfling. Yeah, what we really need here is a board wipe. If we can get that, we'll be in pretty good shape. Okay. He's going to continue to pump up the Warden. Let's see what our... Oh. This is the perfect card. We drew... the top of our deck is Deadly Cover-Up. So we're going to attack. And we're going to say goodbye to his whole army. And our opponent scoops. Yes. Yeah, Catilda is a really good commander, really good at getting out a bunch of creatures, but if you have one or two board wipes, it is incredibly hard for a deck like that to recover. Good game. Okay, our second game is against Nicol Bolas, Ravager, really strong commander, a lot of control elements and destruction, removal, etc. For this hand, it's a little slow, and our opponent gets to go first. I'm going to mulligan and see if we can do a little better. This hand is a little bit better. We could do a turn 2 Thoughtseize. So I'm hoping we can ramp a little bit. So cast Arcane Signet. Okay, our opponent is going to go for Undercity Sewers to surveil. We're going to cast Thoughtseize. See what he's got. Okay, so our opponent has several creatures here, several ramp pieces. I'm going to take the Fable of the Mirror Breaker away. See if we can draw land. Okay, as a Thief of Sanity, we do get a land. Our swamp. I'm going to summon a Gifted Etherborn for now, because I do want to keep up the counter spell. Okay. We're going to attack. Going to try to destroy the Thief of Sanity. We were successful. Okay, he has another annoying card, Malcolm, which basically is a 2/1 flyer. You can draw a card, then discard a card to kind of get some more ramp in your hands. I'm going to cast Snapcaster Mage so that we can kill Malcolm. Okay, now we're going to attack. Then I'm going to reanimate his... It's a shame we can't get Tybalt back, the Planeswalker. I'm going to reanimate his Thief of Sanity to get him onto our side. Okay, he's going to kill his own Thief of Sanity. I'm going to cast Atris because we desperately need some mana. We need lands really badly here. I'll take the 2 because that does give us a land. Then we're going to attack. We're just going to keep hitting our opponent. He may summon Nicol Bolas this turn, and that's perfectly fine. My goal right now is to get him as low on life as possible. I'm going to ditch Tiny Bones. Do have a land here. We're going to attack. Okay, he's got a blocker. We are going to kill his Snapcaster Mage. Put back in the command zone. Then we're going to cast Professor Onyx and kill Nicol Bolas.
Really want to fight me? This is my favorite part. Watch the life essence fade.
And he did not use the Snapcaster Mage correctly. I mean, it didn't appear to, anyway. Okay, now he has Narset. Just going to draw him another card. We need to remove Rusko. It's kind of the main strategy right now. We need a removal card. We do get a removal card with the Toxic Deluge. Take that. I'm hoping he will not block when we attack Narset. He does not. We're going to cast Toxic Deluge for 3 to kill both. Then we're going to bring out the Chrome Mox. Put the tails in underneath it. Summon Sorin. Get out a Vampire.
Vampire go shoot. You fight for me now.
Okay. We'll discard a card. We are going to use the Murderous Rider to kill Nicol Bolas, gain some more life. Okay, he has a counter spell. Gotta draw another card. Yep.
Blood for knowledge. A fair.
Gotta draw another card. I'm going to take the blot out just to get rid of the nickel bullets.
Come on, there's gotta be something useful. Ugh.
We're going to attack Narset, throw down the land and attack Narset to get rid of her. Opponent's down to 6. I think we have our opponent. Okay, our opponent summons Narset again. Okay, he's got a board wipe, so he could kill the vampire token. He does. Okay, the One Ring, which is great. First, I'm going to look at Professor Onyx to see what we can find here. We've got Treasure Cruise. We're going to take that as well. Let's see if we can just use Professor Onyx's ability to kill him. Death by Planeswalker. I forgot about how Narset can't. Shoot, I forgot. Well, that's unfortunate. I'm going to summon Atris. We'll get some cards no matter what. I'll choose the pile with 2. Throw down a land. And end the turn.
Keep an open mind.
Opponent's looking for another card. He does find a lightning bolt. Wish we could cast a lightning bolt. Okay, he's going to have the Phyrexian Metamorph enter as Atris, so that he gets some cards. We'll put this... I don't want him to get the mana drain. How do we stop him from getting the mana drain? I think I'm going to put these 2 cards face down. See what he does. He did go for the lands instead of the mana drain. Okay, he casts Nowhere to Run, so he can kill one of our creatures. Okay, we just need to do a little bit of damage to him. Let's see. Let's see what the top card is in our hand, or off our deck. Okay, that's fine. He's going to kill the vampire. We're going to reveal that card. We're going to look, see what we can find. We find Shieldred the Apocalypse.
Come on, there's gotta be something.
Put down Shieldred. Put down the One Ring. Draw another card. Except we can't. Oh, I keep forgetting. I'm not going to edit this game out, but that is so bad. I'm so sorry. I keep forgetting about Narset's ability. I even have a Narset in this deck. That's the funny part. Okay, our opponent draws a card down to 2. He summons Nicol Bolas, God Pharaoh.
Gods can protect you now.
Okay, he's gonna kill Shieldred. I don't blame him. We just have to do some damage. 2 damage. And we have Professor Onyx, so this really should not be too hard. Okay, I'm going to cast... Well, first I can't use the One Ring. I keep forgetting about that. I'm going to cast Planar Incision on the One Ring. deal 2 damage, and win the game. Whew! So I had some misplays in that game. I do consider myself a very good Magic player, but I kept forgetting about Narsa. I kept forgetting about her secondary ability, how you can't draw more cards. But Professor Onyx was able to help carry us to victory in that game anyway. Really good game. Really enjoyed playing against Nicol Bolas, the Ravager. Good commander. Good game. Okay. Our next opponent is Anim Pakal. Anim Pakal is going to be a low to the ground commander with a lot of little creatures so that they can attack when Anim Pakal comes up. What I really need in these games is early removal or counter spells to keep Anim Pakal off the battlefield. We do have a Blood Chief's Thirst, which would help. We do get to go first. We also have Liliana the Veil, so I'm going to keep this. I think we can make it until the later part of the game. The key with Anim is to survive the first few turns. Okay, he does have a creature that can get about another creature when it dies, so that's a pretty good one to have. We can cast Baleful Mastery on that creature and exile it so he won't get a token. It's probably the best move we can get. Going to exile it so that he can't have a token. Okay, he's got another creature. Another one that when it dies... Gee whiz. Wow. Yeah, we might have to... I don't know. He's pretty lucky that he's had 2 creatures in a row that when they die, come back as another creature. That's pretty lucky. I am going to... This is tough. I'm going to cast Liliana. I'm going to kill this creature. He'll get another creature. Next turn, he'll summon an Anim Pakal and have some little creatures on the battlefield. But we're going to kill Anim Pakal with the Blood Chief's Thirst. It's really unfortunate he had 2 creatures back to back that were able to generate tokens when they die. It's a good move on his part. I'm not saying that, but... So we're going to cast Blood Chief's Thirst, get rid of the Anim Pakal. Minimize some of the damage from those tokens. Now we've got a little bit of breathing room from Anim Pakal. Okay, he has a first strike. Gonna deal some more damage to us. That's perfectly fine. Gonna summon our commander, first and foremost. If we can find one board wipe, this deck is pretty much done at that point. If we can find one. He will be able to summon his commander again next turn. So I'm going to put down the Chrome Mox so that we have a counterspell up. Opponent's eyeing that right now. Opponent knows we have a Tail's End though, so they really should not be casting into that, their commander. Okay. Going to use the Witch Enchanter to get rid of our artifact. Do we want to block? I think we do. I think we're going to block. We might want to cast our commander again. Let's see what we draw. We drew the card that we needed, so that's perfect. Okay, I'm going to cast my commander to show that we're tapped out. We're going to lure our opponent into a trap here. I think this will probably win us the game. We'll see. Okay, we're going to take the 2 cards, which paid off well. He's probably going to summon his commander, attack all, I would assume. He sees we're tapped out. Oh, he has a Boromir. Well, that's a problem, unfortunately. Okay, we are going to block... We can't block the Phalange Vanguard because he has first strike. I'm going to go for damage minimization by blocking the 3/1. Okay, he has a wedding announcement. We could destroy the battlefield. What we could do is cast Deadly Cover-Up. He would try to use his Boromir, and then we would Tails End the special ability, I believe. He'll summon his commander the next turn, but we can kill it with the Fel Profane. I think that's probably a good move. Just going to destroy everything here. Okay, we're going to stop Boromir's special attack and wipe the board. And let's take Boromir out of the graveyard so that he never has that again. Okay, he has an Adeline, a Dust Animus. Got several good cards there. We do have enough mana to cast Time Warp and to go look for some more cards. What I'm hoping for is Toxic Deluge, Blood on the Snow. This deck has a ton of board wipes in it. So I'm hoping we can find one that'll give us the advantage we need. Blood on the Snow is perfect. We're going to cast Blood on the Snow, destroy his army again. Get out Shieldred the Apocalypse. Now we can start putting some pressure on him. I'm going to remand an Impicall back to his hand so we can draw another card. He won't be able to cast it again this turn. We'll draw a card, gain some life. Okay. Does summon an Imbecall. We do have Time Warp in the graveyard. I'm going to attack first. Going to summon a Snapcaster Mage. Going to cast Time Warp so we can take another turn. That's the turn. Next, I'm going to cast Fel the Profane on an Imbecall. And my friends, I think we're going to have this game. What I'm going to probably do is cast Liliana of the Dark Realm, kill his token because I don't want him casting his commander next turn and attacking. That will not be ideal. But I think our opponent is giving up at this point. I've said this in my last video, but I don't understand why people don't just concede. If you're going to lose a game, just concede. You're not going to win every game of Magic. Even if you are a really good... Oh, our opponent's actually going to keep playing. I take that back. We're going to kill his token. Attack. Get him down to 10. Okay, he's going to summon his commander again. Oh, and he got a... he actually got something that's going to work. Okay. Well, the first thing we're going to do is attack with Shieldred. Opponent's down to 6. We're going to cast our commander. I'm going to choose this card, which is Tiny Bones. Put Tiny Bones on the battlefield, put our land down. It's going to take another 2. And our opponent is incredibly low on life right now. Okay, he's going to get some more tokens. We're just going to take this damage. We're not even going to block. Because I'm going to attack him on my turn. The counterattack is what we're aiming for right now. We're also going to get to Surveil by taking the polluted delta and turning it into an undercity sewer, so I think we can close this game out. Now our opponent is sitting again, thinking. He does have one card left in his hand. Probably a land would be my guess. Obviously, I don't know. I think our opponent was thinking about us blocking for this game, but there's really no reason for us to block when we can just attack back. He could kill the Shieldred if he blocked with both, but then he'd be dead. If he blocks this with Shieldred, blocks the Snapcaster Mage, he's still going to take 4 damage. And Shieldred will also be alive on his upkeep. So that means he also isn't going to be able to do anything with that without taking 2 more damage. We can also, if Tiny Bones gets through, we can also summon creatures from his graveyard to be on our side for blockers. So even if he somehow survived the counterattack, we could still have a blocker or 2 or come up with something. So I do think that this game is over. While we're waiting, I do want to say thank you to anyone who's watching my videos. I really do appreciate it. As a new YouTuber who likes to drink coffee, eat delicious tacos, and come play some amazing games of Magic, I really do appreciate your support. Please don't forget, like, subscribe, put messages down in the comments. I love to hear from people about your ideas about my decks. Okay, our opponent finally did respond. He put down a land, so this game is over. We're going to just attack for the win. I'm going to get the Undercity Sewer. Black Market Connections is a good card, but not for this. Okay. We're going to gain 2 life. And our opponent is using the last of his timeout to drag the game out because our opponent is lost. It's actually very poor sportsmanship. Obviously, this is very deliberate on our opponent's part. I don't understand. Not only is it a waste of our time, but it's also a waste of their time. That's the part I don't understand why people do this. So we're going to go for the all-out attack and close down the game. Opponent deliberately making it go as long as possible. That's pathetic. Just pathetic. Trying to cast more unblockables just to let the timer. How sad. DD59MP. This is incredibly poor sportsmanship. You lost. Alright, a full-out attack. Opponent needs to die. I would normally say good game, but just incredibly poor sportsmanship in every way possible. Be honorable. Well, unfortunately, our opponent is not going to be honorable, but our opponent's going to die anyway, so farewell, DD59MP. Poor loser. But good game. Thank you so much for watching my video featuring Atris, Oracle of Half-Truths. Atris is a very strong commander. I would put him in the A tier of commanders. You just simply outvalue your opponent. There's so many effects in this deck where you're countering what they're doing, you're removing their threats, you're wiping the board, you're creating more support as you draw more and more and more cards. and it's just hard for your opponent to really keep up with Atris. I did find myself with this deck fighting a lot of different decks, so you're not just fighting the Ruskos and the Mythweaver Pox over and over again. I do get paired against a variety of different opponents, which makes the games interesting, except when your opponents get salty. So I highly recommend Atris as a commander to play and have fun with. The deck list is in the description below. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to my amazing and delicious content. I do appreciate your support and hope you have a good day.